What is up, everybody? Arthur here with the Unboxing Art crew, state-of-the-art crew, however you want to classify them, just fellow collectors and friends, for episode 78
million.
And we get fisted today. And I think Josh pulled the short straw out of that one, so he's going to get fisted the first. But he did bring plenty of Vaseline. He had to go to Costco for it. And to do the fisting, we have a special guest today, which you guys know if you read the description or saw the thumbnail. We got Donmanart.
Hey guys, how are you?
Look at, he's labeled his fist. You ready, Josh? You lubed up. And how are you doing today, sir?
Good. Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have you on. I think I might have been a guest on a channel when you were on originally. I think possibly, and we crossed paths at one point for a little bit. And so I was like, saw that you're still pushing out your figures, and you do a lot of 3D printing or 3D design, should I say?
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get you on. You've been putting out some pretty awesome advertisements for your figures and stuff like that, and I was just like, hey. Nobody wants to talk about toy news all the damn time, and I like to get these indie creators out there so they could talk about their projects, their what they're making. And we do got some people in the chat already. We got Paul Hughes. I don't know why Paul said Smurfs totally had creepy sex with the Snorks. So apparently.
What were they talking about?
And Paul said Froggy in the house. Some real talent from the Canuck, and everyone wants to get fisted, is what Paul says. So, everybody, I appreciate you guys getting on every Wednesday. I do appreciate it, even though I threaten Josh all the time. We'll just go around. So, Josh, how you been doing?
Good. I'm in the middle of moving still, so I'm back in the kitchen.
Nice.
Oh, but other than that, I've just been moving. I don't even have any new toys or anything. So
no pickups this week, or you picked it up?
No, I got some shipping notifications this week, but no, nothing new's come in this week. It is only Wednesday. If we did this on like Friday or Saturday, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, next time I'll change the whole streaming schedule based on your mail preference of when you.
Thank you. I got the app. I can tell you when they get here. Yeah.
There's no solid day. We're just gonna stream when Josh gets a package,
or when you get your giant freaking box. That's gonna cost you a fortune to have shipped, by the way.
That's why you go to find the best way to do it, where it'll get here safe.
You had very good.
And just to give you a little context on that, Donman, it's basically he has the 4-pack of the Lawson Turtles, NECA Turtles, Yosagi Jimbo, Darwin from Marvel Legends,
Splinter from NECA, Action Force.
Yes, and Yosagi Jimbo's in there.
Well,
old in what?
The old Usagi too.
Yeah, and then the Diamond Select, one of the orc guys, since you had like 1 billion of them. But yeah, so this giant box he's just been accumulating because he's in Colorado. I'm in Maryland, so we just sort of like look around, and then he's like, "Find this." I'm like, "Just get it." I'm sending him the money, and then it's just piling up. I'm like, "Oh crap."
Yeah. But for example, I always talk with guys that live in the US, and they always complain that, oh, I can't find this toy in my Target. We don't even have a Target. So for me, it's more complicated to get some kind of toys or some kind of things. It's expensive too, right? Here
Yeah.
in Colombia and in Latin America, find some kind of different stuff. So you guys are lucky to get exclusive and different kind of stuff. Even that there is overpriced in eBay, you can get it, right? For
Yeah.
us, it's different, I think.
You don't got a connection over here that can get you like stuff and then ship it over to you, or
Yeah. Of course, I have some friends, even family that help me to get the toys, but expensive because almost all the Latin American countries are the current money are super weight against the US dollar. So for us, buy a action figure or a toy, it's really expensive.
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of complicated. They should make the shipping cheaper to send it to. I mean, Colombia. I mean, like literally, you could just drive a boat from Florida to get there, right? I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, it's close. It's easier to go in plane. But yeah, we have actually we get a free shipping from Amazon in this
Oh,
month
that's cool.
if you buy like $35, you can get a free shipping to Colombia. And I think that Chile and Ecuador have the same too, even Peru.
So then you're getting a lot of your like Joe's and stuff like that probably from like Amazon, right? Or
Yeah, almost everything. And the rest, well, as I travel, like I go to the different conventions in the US. I almost every time that I go, I pick different kind of toys that I want.
you're going back with 2 suitcases full of
Yeah.
figures.
Something like that.
He's like, I'm only bringing these clothes back. The rest is toys.
No, he just dumped all his clothes in the airport trash. He's like,
Everything is toys, yeah.
and now, Judd, did you get anything? Pick up anything? I know you've been on slow down, sort of almost a halt because I know you're waiting for your Maju cases to come in.
Yeah, I haven't got anything new in, but last week I got this in from Mr. Josh.
Yeah, I got him on his first Super 7 kick.
He's pretty cool. I kind of like him.
Yeah, it looks like the soft goods fits nicely on there, and you're moving
Yeah, it
around
does
earlier.
actually. This is my favorite shot. It looks like like an old lady bending over with a house coat on.
Nice.
He will definitely be a sweet addition to the raft shelf.
Heck yeah.
So you just need to put his sides away and just have him with his trench coat open, holding in
Just
both
like
of the
this.
hands,
Doing
like he's
the
just
flash.
flashing. I could send you back that dong you sent me that grows. You could probably put that on. Judd sent me a little package that had like a grow a wiener and was it like grow a girl or no, it was a sex toy. It was like grow a vibrator and then soap that was like a ring that he's like to clean your. I'm like, what the.
There was other stuff in there too, other than that.
Yeah. But that stands out more than anything else.
I don't know, man. That glow in the dark exclusive Batman's pretty fire.
It is. That Batman's sweet. I like it. I haven't got around to reviewing it yet, but you know.
Nah, it's better. It's better than it looked in the promo shots for sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I need to go find something that glows in the dark to throw in your box.
It's like glow in the dark condoms.
Hey, there you go.
But I mean, I'm not like that much of a sucker for glow in the dark, you know.
Yeah.
Look at Judd's face. Look at Judd's face.
He's stop lying to yourself, bro.
And now, Don Man, you're saying that it was. Do you want to go by Don Man? You want to go by Art? What do you want to go by?
Donman is okay.
Okay. Well, it's okay, but is that what you prefer?
Yeah, it's actually what I prefer. So yeah,
Okay.
Donman is. It's cool for me.
And I know you're saying that it's like it can be a pain to get stuff over there and shipping is expensive. Have you gotten anything new this week, or maybe created something new this week?
I was testing. Right.
The
I
cat
was
ticket.
testing a new female 3D printed body, so
Oh,
you can
nice.
print and make. Yeah, I almost like I started doing 3D printed action figures first. So in my Patreon, actually, I every month release a new action figure, so
mhm.
people can print and make action figures in their homes. So I'm testing a female body this week.
That looks good.
That's
Yeah,
really
well,
good and clean.
thanks, guys.
There's not
Yeah,
a bunch
well,
of print
actually,
lines
was
on it.
like when I start getting a lot of customers from Ukraine and Russia, and was like, why if they are in war, why I still have a lot of customers that buy my 3D files? And the thing was that for them, even that they are in war right now, for them was like an escape, the 3D printing, making action figures. But they have the same problem as Latin America. Even they have more the problem that they can find full action figures. So I start making full action figures for that kind of people that can find action figures in their stores, so they can print it and made it in their houses. So
Nice.
that is something that I made in Donmanart.
That is
Heck yeah.
awesome. We'll have all your links to all your stuff down in the description because yeah, that's pretty cool. I would never have thought of like people not being able to get access to certain things easily, and then it's like, hey, we can give you the file. You just got to have the printer print it out. Boom, you got your own action figure. You can customize it and do whatever you want with it.
Well,
Yeah.
plus Don Man, he makes like you've got hundreds of head sculpts, like cool head
Yeah.
sculpts that you can make.
Yeah, I make every month I make like 10, 12 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, how long? Like, how are you? So basically, are you doing like? I guess how am I trying to say this? How long does it take you to like design like let's just say a head sculpt, like to sit there and like sculpt it? Are you
Well,
doing it on the
that
go?
depends. Yeah, there is some days that takes me like one complete day or 2 days. And some sculpts take me like a week. That like sometimes I really inspired that, oh, today I made one thing and just in one day I can make a head sculpt or a gun or a vest or something like that. But there is days that I can't make anything. Like why I sucks in this or take me more and more. So that depends on what I need to do. For example, I'm gonna do a werewolf heads for next month. Um, it's been a little bit difficult to make them, so I'm a struggle to make them. So yeah, it's not like 2 hours, 3 hours. Could take a day, a full day, or a couple of days to make a really good file for 3D print.
Nice.
So when
That's
you're
not too bad.
when you're not working, you're working. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, well, actually, this is my life work. I made my daily money on Patreon on selling the files, and now I'm with the FISTED project that hopefully will bring me more projects in the future.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been a company that subs you out to design stuff for them, since everything's on the computer now anyway. You know, I'm surprised like Hasbro hasn't hit you up or something like that, because your prints are really good. And
Yeah, well, the thing with the big companies is like they push you a lot, pressure a lot, and you cannot. For example, I get an offer like a year ago from a big company, but if I take the job, I couldn't make my own stuff. I couldn't continue making my Patreon and everything. But when I start thinking about it, maybe I can make one sculpt for them, and they never call me, and I lose everything. So I prefer to not work with
yeah,
companies because they are really they just wanna use your talent, and then if there
Yeah.
is someone that is cheaper or something, they trust you. Yeah.
I never thought of it like that, but yeah, that sounds about right.
We got KJ Smith in the house. What's up? And then Four Feathers in the house as well. And then Joey collects says, I'm here, but I'm going to pass on the getting fisted part, not judging. It's just not my thing.
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. Let me fist you.
So,
I'm getting fist.
like my.
Yeah, well, a funny thing about the name FIST was that at the beginning, I'm still learning English, talking and learning some words. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna make the Instagram, and the Instagram name was FIST Action. For you guys, FIST Action means more like, right? So when I put the Instagram, some friends like start talking to me like, "Oh, it's a good name, but I'm scared to try to find Fist Action in Google and everything. So I need to change the name for Fist Action Figures because for me was in Spanish makes sense, Acción del Puño, but in English sounds something different. So it was a really funny thing.
Hey,
Yeah, you might have sold some extras that way, man. You never know. Like,
hey, don't feel bad. What is it? He-Man created a whole character named Fistor.
that is true.
Yeah.
And then we got the Canuck with the super chat. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Canuck. Just going to put this out there. I hear that from Froggy and Cox Create that Art loves being fisted on a daily basis. Just what I heard. Love y'all. Thank you, Canuck. Thank you. It's like a marsupial pouch.
But
I just let them
I
crawl
wanna-
in. I'm just like,
yeah.
come on, guys.
I want to say
Transform
something.
around.
All jokes aside, I've been waiting for my FIST action figures since the beginning. Remember, I wanted those really bad. I was so sad that it didn't happen. But now it seems like I'm gonna finally get them. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
well, the thing was that at the beginning, a lot of people liked the figures, but they wasn't really sure that figures that coming from Colombia, because we are producing here, will be a good thing. People feel like, oh, maybe he's a scammer, he's not gonna make the figures.
Oh,
But then I get the invest of the factory, so they invest in my project, and now we don't need a Kickstarter. Actually, we are going to launch the pre-order directly to
That's
the people.
awesome.
So yeah, that will be and my idea is that the small companies find Colombia a way to produce, because I know that a lot of small companies are targeted to produce in China. So I hope that they see Colombia with a good eyes to produce their own action figures.
I mean, all you have to do is you just need to add one of these.
Oh, yeah, that is so Colombian.
They're delicious. They're delicious. So
Boom, boom,
I was
boom.
actually I was in Colombia a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
So yes. Yes.
Well,
Nice.
plus, if people start using Colombia to make their stuff, they don't have to worry about the Chinese New Year stuff. You know, where from like January to February, you can't do anything from China. And I think it would be easier and quicker to get it into the States, because at that point, then you'd be what you would use Florida ports or
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Miami. We ship from here to Miami, and in Miami you need to nationalize the products, and that's it.
Yeah, like it would be so much quicker from making the product to getting it to the States, I think,
Yeah.
to do it in Colombia.
Yeah, and actually, for example, I'm encourage some people that has their own lines that if you want to just came. It's 3 hours flight from Miami. You don't guys need a visa or anything. Just need the passport, and you can meet the owners of the factory. You can see the process that they made. And the other thing is that I know that some small companies has the problem that they make their toys in China, and 2-3 months later, you can find their toys in AliExpress or Alibaba cheaper.
Yes.
So that even the big companies has that problem. You can find the NECA ones, McFarlane Toys, even big companies have the problem when they produce in China. Later, you can find really cheaper stock in AliExpress or Alibaba. So
Yeah.
here we don't have that. We are not gonna have that problem.
Well, that'd be cool too for all the kids in Colombia, because I'm sure you're gonna stock a bunch of stores around where you live and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, that's the idea. The idea is that in Colombia, we'll never. This is the first time that we have an action figure that is made it all by Colombians, right? So
Yeah.
we never have that. So the idea is that people find FIST like for you guys, GI Joe. There is not only a toy; it's something cultural. It's something that you guys feel like that is yours. That is something that you feel proud of. We want to make that in Colombia for FIST and encourage another people from other Latin American countries to make the same thing.
Yeah. It's like Fist, the Colombian hero.
But no, I mean it's I think it's awesome. I think it's an awesome idea to do that and encouraging, people to take that leap to make their own figure line. Because you think about it, because didn't they wasn't there no, those were GI Joes, just they were international versions of GI Joes still made by Hasbro. I was thinking of because there's still stuff that people needed to get overseas, but they were just different versions.
Well,
Yeah,
I have,
well,
I have ideas for lines, Don, man. If you ever just want to chat, I've got some good ones.
yeah, obviously, every time it's like all the ideas are good ideas, right? If you don't tell your ideas, you don't know if will be a really good action figure line or not. But yeah, if you
Well,
have any ideas,
definitely, I'm going to send you my ideas, because if you ever want to make them, I would buy them. So.
Cool.
Now, as for pickups, my pickups this week all came in pretty. Actually, it's just two companies. I'll start with the little one first, but Bandai did come through with
to hell with you.
The nice Naruto in his Link mode.
I'm gonna get him, but I'm gonna get him from Japan.
That's where it's from.
No, but I gotta buy it straight from Japan though, so that way I don't have to wait forever.
No, possibly. But no, I love what SHPU Art's doing with this line and that they're continuing with it. Because I was upset that they left like a hand. They're like, oh, here's a couple. Here's a teaser. We're gonna focus on Dragon Ball. And then I got a box from Toy Co.
Oh, here goes the good ones.
So
here's the loot.
Oh, cool.
So got some Super 7 at a good price. He has a bunch on his site that are on sale. And Muckman was always one of my favorites as a kid, and wanted to pick it up because it was a good price. These sometimes when you're seeing that $55 price on some of the Super 7s, I mean it's hard to swallow a little bit, because it's $55 for one figure. But they're pretty. The Muckman's huge, and then he even gives you a Joe eyeball, and to give you like an example of like size of just pretty massive.
We'll put him up next to Muckman.
Oh, Joe eyeball next to.
There's nothing like a huge figure.
The GI Joe next to the Muckman.
Oh, the GI Joe next to the Muckman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who cares how big eyeball is? He's 3 inches. I can tell that by looking at him.
Yeah. See, he's huge.
Yeah, he is huge.
But they still have all the gimmicks of the slime as like the hole through the garbage can that puts the slime out through his gut hole, and then you could take the top off, put the slime in his head, and it comes out his mouth. So
did he come with slime?
No.
Oh.
No.
I got this other NECA slime that came with one of the figures that I got. I think the cartoon Muckman, and that slime's garbage, so I don't really want to put that oily grossness through the figure.
Yeah, no.
And then of course, I have the turtles, so I ended up having to pick up Splinter. So he's probably the weakest out of all of them. Like it's classic looking Splinter. Like sculpt wise, like the Muckman and the other ones are just way better. This one I was excited.
Splinter does have soft goods robe though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ray Filet.
Little sidekicks and stuff. I like seeing the sidekicks painted in bigger scale because we always got them just casted in that one color from Playmates.
Orange.
Yeah, orange. Like,
Yeah.
like Joe Eyeball was just green. You didn't see. You could see all the
Yeah.
work and all that. And then, of course, like I never had the original as a kid. I don't think a lot of people did because it was towards the end. But this guy, they put a lot of sculpt work and detail into.
A lot of accessories too.
A lot of accessories. So I was like, I'll get Scratch. And then to top it all off, to finish my other addiction, I got
Oh, nice.
And then Shiva.
I have her.
Which I think she's the first female Mortal Kombat character, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm glad they're getting closer and closer to finishing that original trilogy, but they're also branching off into the newer games, which I'm like, finish something already.
Never.
I can't wait to open her.
Yeah, me either.
Eventually.
I already got like the problem. Donman is like I'll be like I get in this stuff and since some of the stuff is windowless packaging, I'm like yes, I can just record it rotating. I'll do the rest of review later, and then I'm just opening all these freaking figures, and now I got a pile of freaking like Joes that I haven't reviewed and stuff because I just been playing around with them
and then he goes to review it and can't find all the accessories, and he's trying to remember which accessories go with what.
That is true. The carpet has 8. The chef. Diamond Select Chef's little garlic because he came with a bunch of the cool little vegetables that have bases, and I lost the onion or garlic or whatever into the carpet somewhere. So
that's sad.
Yeah, it's down here somewhere. I just got to find it.
Where did you get your cap?
Oh, Community Tracer.
Medellin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I got that, and then my buddy.
Your mug.
There, he ended up while I was at the airport. He was like, he got me that one.
Oh, nice.
And then
your mug. Yeah, the mug's cool.
Como una 13, okay.
So that's my buddy wanted me to get out there because he was out there. His fiance is out there, and his baby and everything like that. So he was like, you got to come out here for a week because he really wanted me to see the art and how Colombia has, amazing artwork, graffiti work everywhere that's just beautiful, and it's not getting covered up. Nobody's out there trying to paint it up. It's like the country supports its art and culture, because I flew in and stayed in Medellin for a couple of nights, and then we all flew to Cartagena for a couple nights.
Oh, nice. Cartagena is cool.
Yeah.
The weather is amazing.
Oh, I got half my body was charred. And then my buddy looked like he was a cooked hot dog. He's like, "Oh, I'm fine." I was like, "You should put sunscreen on." He's like, "I'm fine. And then he's just fried. He's like, "Oh, it doesn't hurt that bad." I'm like, "Bullshit." But it was worth it. It was fun. I told him, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to be coming back just because that's where you try that. Like, you guys have real fruit, and juice, and there's those breakfast balls that are out there that are like potato balls, and they have meat in them, and they have like an egg in the center. You can they're like little breakfast balls that are awesome." But everything over there, it was awesome. It was a great experience. It was definitely eye-opening. I was like, I got back here, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to go back. So, because everybody was nice.
Yeah, well, you need to know where to go because there is some places that are really dangerous right now. But yeah, almost, for example, Medellin is an amazing place to see beautiful women, to eat really good food. Actually, right now it's a really good place for tourist people to see a lot of good things from Colombia.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Bogota, but he was like, we would have been flying too much. He's like, he wanted to reduce the flights down, so I spent more time in the locations.
Okay.
So, because his fiance lives in Medellin, so we were staying in the apartment there, and then we ended up doing a hotel in Cartagena. But Bogota's on my next list because that's where a lot of amazing museums and stuff like that are over there.
Yeah, we have a lot of things.
But yeah, she was pretty much the one making sure we weren't going down the wrong path. But I mean, that's everywhere though. You know, I'm in Maryland now, so I hear that all about Baltimore. You know, when I lived in Michigan, I heard that about Flint and Detroit. It's like, oh, that's a crazy place, and you know, and it's just like you just know not to go down certain places. You know, you don't go down a dark alley where there's nobody there. Like, but let's go ahead and let's dive into some. Well, let's see what chat. Everybody's been chatting it up. Oh, we got Toy Addict in the house. What is up? Unworthy Collector. Fellas, I'm here. You can start the show now. And then he said, wait. And everybody's saying, what's up? Muckman looks dope. Oh, Jesus. He's familiar with swallowing hard things. You guys are getting crazy. Scratch looks great. Northern Nomad in the house. What up, suckers? He didn't say anything to Blue Eyes.
Fine.
Josh,
Fine.
you haven't shown your blue eyes.
He's over it.
For every collector has a pile of to be open figs.
Yep.
Well, when you're a hoarder, you do.
I'm a hoarder.
I am a hoarder. Oh, the Canuck says I have a pile of shame to end all piles. That is true. That is
Probably
true.
all Joy Toy.
Oh, he collects other things than Joy Toy.
Yeah, but his pile is probably, I would say 80% Joy Toy.
Oh, wait. I know, it's great, right? No matter I pay good money for the subscription, I'm not paying to see Paul. Oh, he says I'm only go on if I'm invited to bother everyone. Dude, I invited you, but you said you weren't sure if you're getting out of work. But obviously you're in the chat, so you're fine. Oh, there you go. Northern, sorry. Hey, Blue Eyes. There you go.
No, it doesn't count anymore.
And Canuck says he has 60% Joy Toy.
Oh, I was close.
So, nah, man, this guy Canuck, he ended up purchasing a separate like garage to have it delivered for his collection.
Okay,
Like that's how much stuff he was piling up. He's like had it delivered and all that stuff, and now he's trying to set it all up. But he's gonna
like
keep that forever.
like a man shed, right?
Yeah, instead of a she shed, it's a he shed. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up State of the Art versus the Fist.
I'm a Pokemon.
I did. I had to put that up there because I don't know. It turned out pretty good. Yeah, he's sort of in the background for a reason. He's not the greatest, but that I was drawing, but but it's fun. And Josh is a little Hobbit Pokemon wearing Bruce Lee outfit. And you did provide some images because we're going to be talking about your toy line.
Okay, nice.
And before we get into that, though, I really want to know what inspired you. Like, what I guess, like I ask everybody, what was your first action figure that you remember having in hand that started getting you into playing with toys and then eventually into collecting? Because when we're kids, we're not collecting; we're getting them because they're cool and we play with them.
Yeah.
What got you into that?
Was the Mind Bender version 2? I actually have it here.
He has it on hand.
Yeah, this was my first toy that really blows my mind. Like, all these kind of colors and joints exist, and this drive me to collecting G.I. Joe and different kind of action figures.
That's when they did the brighter colors, the neon colors, and they did a really cool beachhead that way too. That came from that I think it's the Battle Core line. I think.
Actually, I don't, because the backstory of how I get this action figure was because a friend of my mother, she lost his kid, and his kid has a lot of G.I. Joes and chips and all different kind of stuff. And once I go with my mom to her house, and I was like, she still has the toys of his kid. Yeah, after he dies, and she gave me this mind bender and one. I don't remember. It's like one ship of GI Joe, and for me it was a blow mind. Like, oh, I didn't know that this kind of toys exists. So that thing was a game changer for me when I was like 6, 7 years. So that's why for me GI Joe is like really important in my life because what was the first toy that I saw that these kind of things you can make it.
And that's a great backstory, and the fact that you still have that original figure and you carried it, keep it with you to this day. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really important for me.
The sentimental value to it and the inspiration. I think that's great. And so did that basically, once you had that ship and then the figure, you were just hooked on GI Joes?
Yeah. Actually, well, you fall here in Colombia and in Latin America. We have a lot of bootlegs. Like there exists something that calls the Magnificent Team, that was like a copy of GI Joe mixing Migo toys. Actually, have a couple of them too here. That give me a sec. They have clothes. They were not as big as GI Joe, the big ones, but they
Oh, those
were
are
with
cool.
clothes and different kind of stuff. And if you ask every, like in Mexico, in Peru, in Chile, a lot of people recognize these toys because what's the toys that you can find? What was like? I think that was a knockoff from India, and here I think that was in Argentina that they buy the molds and start making these toys and spread all in Latin America.
Heck yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I mean, that looks good. It looks just like like the Joes that were coming out in the States.
Yeah, but these ones are a little
Just
bit
shorter.
more.
They're not the full 12-inch.
I think it's
No,
No,
like
those
8 inch,
are
right?
like what? Probably 8 inches, 6 inches.
Like Migo.
Yeah, it's like 8 inches, I think.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
cool. It's like 1/10 scale.
Yeah.
They probably would have sold a lot more of the 12-inch Joes if they did them in that size in the States.
They
Yeah.
sold plenty of them at 12 inches.
Well, I know they did plenty at 12, but I mean, I'm just saying if they released like
They
a
were
second
sold
line
more.
afterwards.
They were smaller. Dun, dun, dun.
You okay there, Judd? You okay? I'm talking about like a release after the fact, if they made smaller versions, because they made those like world's smallest Joes that you could pick up.
Yeah.
But let's see. Canuck said that looks cool. And then he's running his mouth. He must be drinking.
No, I'm not drinking. I just like to
Not
run my
you.
mouth.
No,
like
that's
it?
I'm talking about the Canuck.
Go
The
away.
Canuck, Judd. The Canuck, bro. And then 457 saw those Migo style. I went visiting family in Uruguay. That brings back memories. So I guess he's seen those types of figure like you're showing, Donman,
Dude,
in
I remember-
Uruguay.
Because I grew up in South Texas, so like we didn't have any. This is before Irwin did the Dragon Ball figures. When my friends would go to Mexico, he would always bring me back like the bootleg Gokus and stuff that they were making down there. And those were like the only Dragon Ball figures that you could get at that time. So like that was awesome.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they had
A lot of,
bootleg turtles too. I don't remember what they called them. They were like warrior turtle or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we have a lot of knockoffs here, like in Latin America, and crazy names. Like I think that GI Joe was Comandos Heroicos, that is from Venezuela, and another from Argentina was the same name, Comandos Heroicos. And we have different kind of knockoffs here in Latin America.
Heck yeah.
They're cool though. There's a lot of people in the States that collect nothing but those knockoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like the Motus and the turtle ones too.
Yeah, Argentina has a lot of, because Oh well, right now they have a new president, but before Milei, Argentina was so oppressed and was really difficult to buy something. So they start making small companies of knockoffs. So people just make their own toys and sell it, and you can find a lot of He-Man knockoffs that are really cool, actually.
Yeah, and then you start seeing like these there's some artists that are out there that are copying like the knockoff style, but they're making it more of like a niche thing and then selling them for like
Yeah.
crazy pricing.
Yeah. Hundreds of dollars for one.
Now, when did you start like getting into like I'm collecting? So you know, you got those figures as a kid and you're playing with them. What got you into like I'm collecting these? And
I think that when I was like 21, because I went to work for a few months to Alaska in a fish company, and I make a lot of money. And when so the flight was Alaska to LA, and I stay in LA for 3 days, and I spend all my money in toys. So, so then I came back to Colombia with, as you say, with 2 bags full of toys. So I start collecting in that moment, like 14 years ago when I was working in Alaska. I start buying and buying and buying and doing these things.
and then that led into you wanting to start like designing your own accessories and 3D stuff, or
No, that was well, I had before a company here in Colombia that we distribute toys in Colombia and in Latin America. And I went a couple of times to the toy fair in New York, doing different business there. And in the pandemic, my company goes down and I sell it. And I say like, okay, I'm gonna take some time for me. I'm gonna take some vacations. I don't want to work more time. And I start sculpting, making some guns for my action figures. And in that time, my father gave me a 3D printer, so I start printing my guns and everything. And I start posting pictures on Facebook, and people start asking me if I can sell the guns, if I can sell the things. But the shipping from Colombia was really expensive if I send just a small gun. So people start asking me if I can sell the files, and I say, yeah, I can sell the file. So I start selling the files. I open my Patreon, and I learned to sculpting, watching YouTube, making some small washing tutorials and everything. Then I start like disassemble my own action figures to learn how they works, how everything works, and that's how I start sculpting. Like that was like 3 years ago, 2 years and a half ago.
Heck yeah.
self-taught making figures and doing all that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was like I think that I'm a lucky person because I'm doing what I always dream as a kid, and now I'm doing it with my own line, helping people doing the 3D files for them to make their own action figures. So yeah, it's something cool.
Let's get into some fist, and before we get into getting fisted, we got Ted Darklaw from Hella Dope Toys in the house. What is up, Ted? Ted just revamped their Hella Dope website. So
Ted, are you guys going to carry Fist?
yeah, Ted, are you carrying Fist? You gonna get fisted, Ted, on Hella Dope? Is Hella Dope gonna get fisted? But yeah, they redid their website, so it's a lot easier to get around, and it's clean and just a nice website. And just let everybody know, promo code unboxing gets you 10% off your order. There you go. See, you're putting them on the spot. We will have to look into that. And then for feathers, the internet is an awesome, endless source of information.
It really is.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure you're getting the good information, not that misinformation. People out there doing like stupid stuff to get people to try it because it's wrong. And I'm like, man, Like there's this lady that mixing all these chemicals in their toilet, like just like all these different cleaners and stuff. And I'm like, how are you not like killing yourself from the fumes and stuff? Like,
I don't know about that. I was just meaning like you can learn pretty much anything on the internet, like how to do stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
that's true.
Now we got Mad Dog here. I don't know if there's any specific order you wanted to talk about them or anything.
No, just bring them and I can talk about them. Yeah.
Some really awesome artwork that I took off your Instagram, so I had a nice little intro into the figure itself. And I'm assuming everything I'm seeing here you made.
Well, the background was from I forgot the name. The cartoon playsets. I forget the name of them.
Extreme sets.
Yeah, extreme sets. And the rest of the small things I printed and painted by hand to make the diorama to take the pictures.
Nice. Yeah, I just realized I was like looking at it, like, oh, that does. I was like, I didn't even realize it was like the extreme sets at all.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell us about Mad Dog here with his awesome looking gun and his sort of his eyepiece reminds me of Kano from Mortal Kombat a little bit.
Yeah, well, actually, when I start making the figures, for me, it's really important that the appearance told a story. Like, okay, you need to be, even that if you don't know anything about FIST, you need to look the figure and say, oh, I want to know more about him. I don't like the plain figures that almost right now a lot of companies made that is just the face, like they don't have personality. So I want like, okay, I want a big bird, I want the mohawk. Why he don't have an eye? And that tells you a story, right? Even just that the small details tell you like, okay, he has a backstory. I want to know more about it.
Yeah, there's a company out there that I always talk to Judd about. I mean, like all their figures, like except for their female figures, you know, their eyes are wide open and they just look like they're scared and straight faced. And there's it, you know, it's like you just want to put a bag over it. But luckily, we get a balaclava, you know, head sculpt to pop on there because it's just weird looking. You know,
Yeah,
your guy doesn't look scared here.
And for me, it's something like I want people to get involved with the characters, not just because they are toys, because they look cool. And actually, the backstory that we are making in the comic is deshumanize the humans and humanize the orcs to have that double moral in all the backstory that what makes you a good guy or a bad guy. So the small line of between the orcs and the humans will be you can choose who you think that is the good guys and the bad guys. That's all the things that I want to make because I get a lot of inspiration on the bloody backstory that we have here in Colombia because we have been in a civil war for decades. So when you see the line between who is the good guys and who is the bad guys, that is something that I want to put in the FIST backstory and in the characters.
Now you're saying the comic is this going to be digital or is it going to be physical?
Will be physical, but if we can sell it digital, will be too. Right now, we are working in the Spanish version because we have the launch of the FIST Action Figures next month. We are gonna have the pre-order in the US next month, and hopefully to deliver the figures in June before the Joe Fest. So we're gonna have the English version of the comic too at that time.
You're already that far along to where these are going to be in hand by like June?
Yeah. Hopefully we're gonna have
nice.
people are gonna have because we want to have the figures before the Joe Fest, so people are gonna get the guys that buy the figures in pre-order are gonna get them in the middle of June, and we're gonna have the figures at the end of the June in the Joe Fest, so the rest of the people can buy them.
Joe Fest is getting fisted.
Yeah.
I'm pre-ordering this guy.
Yeah, Mad Dog's awesome.
Mad Dog looks cool, and it's like it's straight up like I would never expect. Like, let's go ginger, you know? Like, it's no, it's good. It's different, man. Oh wait, soloing.
Yeah,
Dude, that looks good.
he's badass. I need him. I need him in my army.
Yeah, that he'll fit in with your Joes or your Monster Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first character that I sculpted for the line, and a lot of people love it because the mohawk, he looks really badass. And at the beginning, I was thinking like, what if I don't know. There is something that always when you see a TV show of a family, there is always an uncle that is really cool, but he's always like he's the drunk guy. But he's really cool. I was thinking like I want a Fist like that. I want like Fist is the cool uncle for the Joes and followers and everything. They are good guys, but Fist are gonna be the cool uncle that has a head, that has tattoos and that kind of stuff.
It's the uncle that's bringing the six-pack to the show.
Yeah, something
Now,
like that. I want that kind of feeling that people like. Okay, I like Ballaware. I love G.I. Joe and everything, but I want like my toys looks like he's the badass action figure in my collection.
Now, is that 3D printed, the one that you're holding up, or is it one of the?
No. This was hand painted, but this was a prototype that we inject in plastic in the factory to test all the joints and to test that everything fits good.
Pinless? You doing pins or pinless?
Yeah, our pinless.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, we could have had these like last year if people would have just did the damn Kickstarter.
Yeah. That figure looked great in hand. That's nice. Now here's going to be, and I guess it wouldn't really matter because he has a fucking cyber eye. And are the guns going to be like real guns, or are they based off of real guns, or
no? Yeah, what more like. I thought like, okay, this is in a future, so the guns needs to be not like actual guns because this happens after the Third World War. So I want like a little bit futuristic, but it still looks like something actual guns. So it's a mix of sci-fi things and actual things. Yeah.
Removable magazines, stuff like
no,
that,
because when I sculpted them, I was learning how to make that thing. So when I sculpted, I didn't know how to make removable some stuff. So right now I know how to make them, but at that moment I didn't know how to make them. So
that's all right. I mean, not all of our weapons need to have that stuff, and sometimes it can bloat out the bottom of the gun when you're trying to do the magazines and stuff.
Well, plus that you lose them and shit too.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's one less thing I'll lose.
And then we get into the Fist Trooper.
Oh, really, man?
He's like, I got this one too.
Yeah, I have all of them here.
All right, here we go. Solo layout, and this is another. So you pretty much have all of them in plastic form.
Why has it got to be an army builder?
Why is it? Oh, his shotgun looks badass. You know, it gives me like the Carmine vibe from like Gears of War.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's got that big ass knife on the top. Yeah, that is pretty awesome,
man.
And they're going up to pre-order. This will be next month, right? You said?
Yeah. We'll actually we can make right now the pre-order, but I wanna wait that I have the final product with the final box to show people that we are really making this in Colombia. So this is happening. So yeah, I wanna wait a little bit to next month to launch the pre-order with everything in hand. So
what are they gonna retail? What? How much?
Well, my ideal price is $30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I want to sell. I hope maybe I can go a little bit down, but I need to have the final product in hand to see, okay, everything, the final cost is this one, so we can sell it in this price.
And
30 is fine with me.
what is to be expected with this? I know it's like showing like, are we getting multiple hands, like multiple weapons? Like what comes with the figures, or do we got to wait until next month? Do you think?
Yeah, well, actually, it's gonna be with two big guns, two small guns. The best is removable. We're gonna add QR inside of the boxes so you can download another heads. So if you want, you are able to print heads, you can download the files and print and make customs and everything for your figures.
That's
Well, that's
That's-
cool.
So you're giving access to a 3D file with
Yeah.
every purchase.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because I want that people get like I want people be involved with the FIST figures and they okay, I want a new, for example, the first head sculpt that I'm gonna release is the FIST trooper with the damage helmet, and you can see inside his eyes and his screen like he's like a scare face inside the helmet damage. So yeah, my idea is to release every month new head sculpts, new guns, new things, so people can increase their feast world in their houses.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because
I
a
think-
lot of people have the 3D printers now, or we know somebody with a 3D printer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then the painting part's the only part that's going to be rough. That's what stopped me from trying to do a Lieutenant Falcon head. Like everybody's like, I can print it, and I'm like, cool, but I can't paint it because, like, I feel like it needs to be airbrushed or something. But I mean, something like this, I just have to bust out my Citadel paints and do all that. Oh, we busting out. Oh, whoop, I went too far.
Doom Center.
Doom Center. And from your left, oh, he's got a sniper.
See the orcs, Mad Dog, and the orcs. The orcs are really really awesome. Could you imagine this dude rolling around with your Diamond Select orcs?
Right? Or just have him with my Fortnite crew in the ramen racer.
Yeah.
Now last video I recall seeing, you're talking about Doom Center a little bit, and you're saying that character itself, he has some he's got some bodies under his belt, huh? He's taken out a lot of enemies.
Yeah. Well, actually the idea is that all the backstories that the orcs came to our dimension or to the earth, and humans lost. They conquer humanity, and a few free humans start making fists, and it's more like a resistance, but it's not like a big army. It's just a few guys that made the resistance against the orcs, and that's why. And actually I was thinking, okay, what if the orcs are not like always when we see orcs is like stupid, is like just muscles, and they are not like strategic, they are not like the intelligence, right? So the orcs in FIST are advanced than humans. They have the technology, they have the intelligence to conquer the humans, so they are stronger than the humans. So that's why they have more more kills than a human, because for them it's like we are like insects to them, so they can kill us really easily, right?
So we're just fair game, sort of like somebody, like a kid out there with the pellet gun, BB gun, shooting like a squirrel or a bird.
Yeah.
That's wild. But this guy is badass looking. I really like the sniper. Now, and I know all the stuff in the background's not going to come with the figure. What about the pile of skulls?
No, this is
No,
it's
just
just
part of
like
okay.
yeah, it's something that I printed on. Oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, that's.
I was like, that'd be
But,
sweet.
but
If they
actually, a
did.
lot of people are asking that they want like diorama stuff. So I was talking with the factory that okay, if we get a success line with FIST, they are gonna continue investing in me to make small things, to make play sets, to make vehicles and different kind of stuff. We're just waiting how people reacts with the FIST, and if we have a good reaction with the FIST line, they are really open to make miniatures, to make all the stuff, small things to complete the FIST world, so people can continue collecting and making big
I,
things.
I think a lot of people would buy accessory packs for sure with like barrels, gas cans, all that type of stuff. Um,
I
and
think the figures are going to be a hit, especially as popular as GI Joe and Action Forces. Now I think these are going to be right there, like Monster Force kind of.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people are like really interested with the orcs. So I really well, I hope and I have the feeling that we are gonna be a hit with the collectors with this kind of stuff. And the other thing is that if this the thing is that you guys are not gonna wait like 1 year or 2 years. That takes every pre-order that you make is like 1 year, 2 years. So these are gonna be you pre-order next month and you are gonna have the figures in 2-3 months, not wait like a lot of time, right? Because we are already in production.
let's give him a
like
round
that.
of applause for that type of. He's not sitting on the money for 15 years, like other companies do.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I really like the orc idea. I've been an orc and goblin type of person when it comes to like fantasy, Warhammer. And it's cool to see like these guys, they're futuristic, they're soldiers, but they're not overly apocalyptic like the 40K orcs that are out there, where like they just look so good. They look clean.
Thanks.
And that's the biggest thing. Like you're getting figures, they look like they're articulating well. The details there, the paint works clean. I mean,
Yeah,
they look
well,
good.
so something funny was when I started the project and when I talked with the factory, they told me like, whatever you want to make, the details made it. Right now, they are like, why we told you that make every detail that you want, because every detail is to make something, a new process to make this paint here, this paint there. That's why, for example, when you see like GI Joe or Balabers, they have like one color or just a few things in the paint, because that take more process, and more process is more money, right? So as they are my investors, they say, okay, yeah, we we told you that you can make whatever you want. The next figures we are gonna plan before, because you you plan like a lot of details. For example, we have a lot of details in the vests right here, a lot of details here, paints different in different parts in the boots. So
You get a
yeah,
full
that is something
360.
that we want to bring to the people, that okay, we want to make a really good detailed paint job in the figures.
And can we get a 360 of those pants again, like a full like like see all around the pants of the orc?
Let me-
Okay. There's a reason why so look at that. The camouflage goes all the way around. It doesn't awkwardly stop like other companies that are out there. That's why I was just having to do it that way. But it looks awesome. And it's good to see consistent camo. Because there's a lot of figures that we get that are like, hey, the front looks okay. You turn it around. Wait, where's all the paint? Where's it at?
Yeah, well, but I think that the good thing for me was that I'm working directly with the factory. So, for example, I know a lot of guys that right now are interested to produce it with us here in Colombia, but because they always just receive some pictures and bad pictures, not the really detailed picture. Like, okay, this is the picture, this is how it's going your action figure, but it's not like you can see, you can make changes in the process, or you can make like a little tweaks to get better the action figure or the paint job. Actually,
Yeah, it's nice to be able to be there so you can dictate everything that happens.
yeah.
Let's see, what are they? I'm just looking at the chat because I've been ignoring them. I guess. Oh, Canuck says you're going to Joe Fest. Hell yeah, a woohoo! I will get them at Joe Fest. And he's
Nice.
saying Ginger's rule. Forfest Canuck, rest assured, I'm the real deal, living a pretty boring, crappy life. Okay, I don't know what's this. They're saying the guy looks awesome. But Canucks also saying we'll pick up at Joe Fest for those not going for free bottles of Crown Royale. So he's taxing you a bottle of Crown if you guys need to have him pick up some fist figures and ship them out. And then he was saying that he's like Mad Dog, but he's not an uncle. And then he said, "Take that, Valaverse. You can suck dongs." Northern Nomad said the Canuck way to stand up to Bobby, laugh out loud. And then he says he still loves Valaverse, but he says Bobby's attitude sucks.
Oh shit, it's getting real.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
People are.
you know.
Well, I know
realizing-
that he has some issues with some people, but for me, he wasn't a guy that gave me a lot of tips of how to make the figures. I actually have like 2 meetings with him, and he was really nice to me. He was really helpful to me. That was something that I know that a lot of people don't love the figures, but don't like a lot of him. But for me, was a really good, nice guy. When I start coming with the idea of, okay, I want to make action figures, I want to make my own line.
Well, that's good.
That's good. We don't hear much of any of the good stuff. We get it's a lot of the bad stuff. But that's good that he was helpful and nice, and helped you make your dream come true.
Yeah, well, yeah. He gave me some advices. He was really kind when we met. I meet him in the Joe Fest, and after that we have a couple of video meetings, and he explained me a little bit how works the market in the US and give me small tips. Right? Last year when I see him in the Joe Fest, he was really nice to me. So for me, I can't say anything bad of him. I know that a lot of people has his problems with him, not with the brand, but yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't expect you to say anything bad about anybody, man. We wouldn't put you in that position. So anything
Anyway,
that my chat says, you could just sort of like, if you just smile about it if you want. My chat gets wild sometimes, especially the Canuck. So.
And don't get me started.
Yeah, don't. You haven't experienced a Froggy Geezer day. And then we got another army builder. So we got
Come on, man.
So we got 2 characters. We got Doom Sinner, Mad Dog, and then we got the Fist Trooper. Now we got a Doom Trooper.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get 3 of each of the troopers, Judd.
I might get like 4 or 5. Are you kidding me?
That's pretty sweet. He has it's almost like motorcycle armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the inspiration for a game that calls Road Rush from PlayStation. That there was a guy with that kind of helmet.
Yeah, Road Rash. I used to play Road Rash all the time.
Yep, that game was great.
That game. I played it on the old school Sega Genesis. But yeah, that's a game that hasn't been out in a while.
Road
Well,
Rash,
yeah, you're gonna get a Road Rash character now if you buy Fist.
Man, if we can get Fist going, we might get some like Road Rash motorcycles, huh?
Hopefully. Well, the first thing that I don't know if you guys are related with the Nightwolf, a vehicle that was like at the beginning was 4-inch. Now he's made in for 6-inch action figures. Well, he's a friend of mine. He's from Uruguay. He's gonna come to the launch of FISTED here in Colombia, and he's making a vehicle for FISTED and another. Well, the vehicle will be like black with gray, and you can put like stickers to. Okay, I want to for FISTED. You can put the sticker for FISTED. You can put the stickers for other brands. So we're gonna maybe have the first FISTED vehicle next year. It's a big vehicle, like something really crazy.
When is the Colombia launch?
It starts in April 17th. We have here a convention that is Feria del Libro. It's a big convention here in Colombia. It's the biggest convention in Colombia, cultural convention. So
Nice.
it takes 2 weeks. So we are gonna have the launch, and we are gonna make a big org to people take pictures and different kinds of stuff. Actually, I'm gonna start posting everything in my Instagram and all the social media.
Are you gonna live stream it?
Maybe, yeah. I never thought about it, but yeah, I'm gonna make a live stream of that.
That'd be awesome. There you
Judd, you're gonna have army build of some orcs.
go. Might want to send them
Right.
out. Dogs don't get you.
And I noticed too, like in the with the artwork for Doom Trooper
Give him-
on the arms, you got the markings, and then even with Doom Sinner, he has markings on his arms. And you're putting those markings actually on the figure that I can see, like
Yeah,
all this detail that's in the paintwork down the arms, the little intricate paint on the boots.
yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And now the next part is you did send over some videos. I started with these ones, I guess the ones from the factory that you sent, and then the other ones are after. So just sort of line that up in case you have a certain way you want to talk about it. And I didn't know what order to put these in, so we got this.
This video has a funny story because the owners of the factory was like, you need to put some videos that we are really making this in Colombia. So they took the more Colombian face worker to be in the video. So he looks really Colombian. He needs to be in the video. So they shoot this video when he's unmolding the vests, actually. So they sent me that video when they making this.
Nice. Let's see.
That's so cool. How close are you to the factory? Like within miles?
They have 2 places. The paint part of the factory is like 40 minutes from my house, and the injection mold part is like 2 hours from my house.
Oh, nice.
Maybe
So
less.
you're close. Yeah.
Awesome. I made this full window, and
now you can't move on.
yeah, I can't.
Being
There
weird.
it is. There it is. No, it's playing it again. Stop. There we go. Guess
There.
Look at all those parts. Some butts and crotches.
Yeah, that is the hips part. Yeah, the wrist is the name in English, I think.
Let's see, there it goes.
Just thousands of them.
Yeah, we're making 8,000 figures.
Oh,
Well, 2,000 per figure.
Also, they're
Sweet.
limited to this.
No, we don't have limit. It's because we need for them to make these works. They need to make at least 1,000 per figure. But we thought, okay, if we are gonna have the launch here in Colombia and we're gonna sell in the US, maybe in other countries, we make 2,000 of each, so we can have here 1,000 and ship to the US 1,000.
I don't think you'll have any problem selling 1,000 of them.
So pre-order wise, does that come out of the 1,000 that's getting shipped to the US, or how's that one?
Yeah, well, we are gonna right now we're gonna ship 1,000 per figure, so we're gonna ship 4,000 figures to the US. The pre-order we're gonna open 1,000 per figure. If we sold out, but we can make more to ship because that's the thing, the good thing to work directly with the factory, because okay, we need 500 more, we can make 500 more, another 1,000 or whatever we need.
And then Joey Collect says, I've been following the line on Instagram for a while. I'm happy to see how far it's come. So dope to see.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
And then Canuck saying nice sculpts.
I think it's
Getting
awesome
at
that,
least one of each, maybe two. Laugh
that
out
you
loud.
guys went from a Kickstarter that didn't go through, and then you're just like, screw that. I'm just gonna make them.
Yeah, well, that's the short story. The long story was like when we didn't make it was like, oh man, I feel so frustrated because I thought that we are gonna make it. Even I cry. My wife support me a lot, and then the factory was okay. We believe in this project. We are gonna invest the money to make all the
Heck
projects. So it was like, okay, cool, let's make it. So that was like that takes like a lot of time. That then I start making the pixel videos to get involved more with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's really smart of that factory to go, you know what, we're going to back this and get it out there, because as long as the product comes out good, then that's going to put that factory on the map for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's why they invest in the product, because they know that a lot of small companies want to move to Colombia to produce, but they want to see a good product first,
Yeah.
so they can trust in Colombia to produce.
Heck yeah.
Or Feather says, yeah, I think these will do well. They'll definitely go good with Classified and Action Force. And
Monster Force. They're really going to fit in with Monster Force.
And then Canuck was saying, how close did the Kickstarter get to? Do we know?
No, well, in the Kickstarter, the first day we get 15K, and then we don't get anything else. That was the first day, and then stop it. We don't get more money. So,
but I think that didn't you, when you launched your Kickstarter, wasn't it during some other Kickstarters or some other things that were launching? Something
yeah, at that time, Monster Force launch. The first Monster Force wave was launched the same day that we launched, and they launched directly with Big Bag Toy Store, I think.
Yeah.
When I tried to reach Big Bag Toys, they never answer me. Right now, they are more interested to have the line, because right now we are in the process to produce them. So
tell them no.
Yeah, tell them no, because they want you to basically give them like free product in a sense, just to get you a spot on their front page. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I guess if it helps with the business, it makes sense. But yeah, I've heard a lot of war stories from companies about how Big Bad does it for some of these lines. But no, I mean, it would have been nice if they were supporting you when your Kickstarter was around. You know, they're like, oh wait, nope, now you got them. When they coming up next month, next couple months? No, let's talk. Like, come on. And then you did send these, and I didn't know what these were. Or is this a game that's going to be made?
Well, this, okay, let's review first. Well, this starts because I have a friend here in Colombia that makes pixel art and pixel videos. And I told him, like, what if you try to bring alive the FISTED figures in pixel art? And he say, okay, but what do you have in mind? And I say, like, I really love the Metalist Loop game. So what if we make something like that? And he was like, okay, I'm gonna make it. Well, actually, I paid for that. It's not just like I'm gonna make it like that. But at the beginning was something to people see that this is not just action figures or a comic. It's like a world that we are creating. People start like, okay, we're gonna have a game. At the beginning was not the idea to have a game. If we make good money with the line, we are able to make the game for cell phones. So was just like a way to promote the line to people see like, okay, this is more than just action figures.
Yeah, I mean, I would play this.
Yeah.
I would too.
Contra, Metal Slug.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could start it as an app game and then it branched out to console, because I know a lot of people would play like
Yeah, I
a
would play.
side-scrolling co-op game where everybody can be in there shooting stuff. Like,
Yeah, the thing is that everything needs money, right? So for
Right.
me, it's like, okay, we made the numbers with the first wave. We have a lot of ideas to make different kind of stuff to bring more alive the FIST world that we are creating.
you're more than welcome to come on here and share all the new stuff that you want to share. Like as you're coming, I don't think there's gonna be an issue of that those figures selling. I think they're gonna sell out quicker than probably you even expect.
I hope so. I hope so.
So, but these, I love the pixel art. I might need to hit them up and be like, hey, I need an unboxing art or state of the art intro or something, like, because that's really awesome.
Yeah. You should do our intro like Pokemon though, where you're like Ash, and all your co-stars are all Pokemon.
But yeah, that's awesome. Like the whole world that you're creating, the figures, the game option, the comic option. I mean, just make sure if you're going to make a movie, just don't have the director from Need for Speed do it, because that movie wasn't that good. But yeah, like there's a lot of potential with this line, and it's awesome to see that with from the Kickstarter, you didn't give up, you didn't let yourself feel defeated, and I'm hoping it was because you saw that initial, like that 15 grand, like all the people that were there, like, hey, we want this, and then you're like, I'm gonna make it happen. And I can see the passion in it. Every time you're doing those videos and stuff, you're having fun, and it's gonna be awesome to see, Doom Center beating the crap out of some Joes and some Action Force, and if depending on, I don't know if they have superhuman strength, but maybe he's gonna grab the some vehicles and flip them over, smash through a vamp, But that's crazy. I didn't expect you to say that you're gonna be having these ready to go within a couple months. Like I had no idea of, like, I saw you were showing like the factory stuff on Instagram, and when you just it's sort of mind blowing. You're like, yeah, we'll be ready by Joe Fest,
No, yeah. The idea is to ship them to the US around the middle of May, so we have the time to get in the US at the beginning of June or maybe middle of June. So that's will be more time to take them and ship to the everyone's, because that takes a little bit time. But yeah, we're gonna have the toys in the US at the middle of June.
Somebody better be making you an awesome fist cake for your celebration, man. And a bottle of whatever you like to drink. You need to be at like a fist throne with a little celebration cake and drink or something. Because that's awesome. And I can't wait to see the videos being a live stream or just celebration. That's gonna be awesome. And I'm getting feedback from somebody, which I think is it Josh. Yeah, I had to mute him.
It was Josh.
Yeah. I don't know. He's probably outside.
I'm inside, weirdo.
Why are you off camera, weirdo?
Because I was eating hot dogs.
There might be people in the chat that want to watch you eat hot dogs, bro.
Well, they have to subscribe to my OnlyFans to watch me eat hot dogs.
Man, those are members right there, man. It's like, hey, you guys become a member, you get a video of Josh eating some hot dogs.
Sideways.
He eats them like a goose.
I eat them sideways.
I did star some questions, and I think you answered it, but Canuck probably wasn't paying attention, or he just wanted to make sure he heard it right. Are the pieces of armor removable, or is everything static? And then he said, are the pieces removable or are they permanent?
Well, the vests are removable. The guns, the pistol, and the knife are removable.
Well, like what about the thigh holster and stuff like that? Or is that molded in?
The holster are attached because when I made the first sculpts, I didn't know how to make removable, but right now I know. So the future figures are going to be removable. The the holsters and everything.
Okay. No, I mean that's companies got to evolve. You learn stuff. That's just how it happens. I mean, I remember when NECA figures were so brittle they'd fall apart in your hand, and now they don't really do that as much. You know, it's like companies just evolve.
Yeah.
So no, that's good. So vest are removable, knives removable. So got Doom Center that can be sneaking up behind people and just knifing some humans. And yeah, Four Feathers saying these will definitely look good with the Classified Action Force line. Oh, he already did that one. Will the comic or comics be available at Joe Fest as well?
Yeah, they are going to be available there.
And I'm assuming you're going to be signing everything that people want to get signed.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I always be open to talk with people. I love because, well, something that drives me to start sculpting and everything was I get like a big depression when the pandemic. So for me, make friends and know people from other countries that share the passion that I have with action figures is like something crazy for me. Is a lifesaver for me. Like meet people, talk about the toys, talk about how this is going to be. So if you guys see me in the Joey Fest, just talk to me if you want something signed. I'm not really into signed things because it's not like something like I feel like I'm not an actor, I'm not a movie star. Why do you want something signed for just a guy that make noise? But if you guys want, yeah, for me it's something like okay, I can make it.
I mean, Judd, you're a big comic guy. I mean, you like getting the comics signed by the creator or something that you'd be into, right? Like when you get comics, like getting stuff signed.
I would get a comic signed. I wouldn't get an action figure signed. I think that's weird. Like, I mean, unless it was like, you know, like I don't know, if you have like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure and then you meet Tobey Maguire, I see getting that signed, but I'm not gonna have the creator of the figure sign it. It's weird. But I would definitely get a comic signed for sure.
Sign comics. Oh, and then Four Feathers yelling at me. That reminded him of Monster Force. That's another line he wants to get into.
Judd
I'm already in it.
Yeah.
I'm in that one deep.
So everybody can expect pre-orders to open next month for the FIST figures.
Yeah, at the end of April.
For that.
And then you'll have the web. That's when the website probably is going to be up there and everything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep everybody posted when the stuff goes live, so everybody can get a hold of them. Because remember, 1,000 of each figure is coming to the States, and you know, if you want that first batch, you guys got to pre-order it.
Yeah.
You know, or else you're gonna have to wait for the next batch. And we know how some people are impatient. Some collectors. So
me.
You.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the ADD in you, though.
Yeah.
Gotta keep yourself entertained with stuff and opening stuff and constantly doing stuff.
I'm patient to a point. Once you eclipse the year mark, then I'm done waiting and I want my stuff, especially if I paid for it up front.
Yeah.
And then, all right, so that's a question too. That's a good one. Pre-ordering or purchase. So it's not even really like well, it is sort of a pre-order. Are you taking the full amount when they pre-order, or is it when they ship?
I think that will be when you make the actual pre-order because we need the money to pay the shipping from here to the US.
Okay.
I prefer to pay up front anyway. So
yeah, therefore you're not getting surprised or being like, oh wait, I'm gonna cancel this or that. Like, not just get it out of the way.
Yep.
And
you know what helps with that? Just don't pre-order everything.
True.
If you focus on what you're pre-ordering, then you're good.
That is true. That is true. And we do appreciate you taking time out of your day, Don Man. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
You guys can find me. Well, my Patreon and 3D sculpts are on Donmanart. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook, Donmanart. And for the FIST figures, you can find FIST Action Figures, not just FIST Action, FIST Action Figures. You can find me on Instagram to find everything that I'm doing with FIST. And everything that you want to know about how is factoring here in Colombia. If you guys have a company that wants to produce here in Colombia, just reach me out. I'm always open to answer the questions, to help people make their dreams come true. So yeah, just reach me out and I can help you guys wherever you need.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
That's very nice of you. And anybody in the chat, if you guys got any final questions to ask Don Man, ask them now, because we are getting to the end of mark.
Or forever hold your peace.
Or forever hold your peace. You're gonna pre-order them next month and just get your damn figures. And but yeah, and again, I do thank you for taking time out of your day to come onto the stream, talk about your figures. I'm pretty excited for them. It's awesome seeing them in figure form, in like plastic form, I guess I should say, the ones that you have in your hand. And I like the idea of the 3D print like design, the little file coming with the figures, because honestly, like that $30 for a figure in a 3D print file, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Price point wise, it's more than some people they're giving figures at $30.
Yeah.
And actually, with the print file, is it limited how many times you can print?
No. For me, it's like if you want to print 1,000, you're gonna need 1,000 bodies. So you are gonna buy more.
Good point.
So if you want to print whatever as much as you want, yeah, be my guest. Yeah, but for me, it's more something that to make more people get into the FIST figures, right? A way to get people more interested with the figures.
I mean, you just get Doom Center and just print off a bunch of human heads to where he could just be in a pile of human heads that he's taking out. But yeah, the figures look good, and everybody, there's nobody asking anything new. So you guys know where to find Cox Create. You see his amazing figure photography on Instagram. You can see his beautiful blue eyes on his OnlyFans. And you can he doesn't really have OnlyFans, but you can also get him some of his videos and behind the scenes of his figure photography on TikTok, if it's still around after everything. But yeah, you can basically see him as Concrete Toys, because what was it? Cutthroat Comic called you Concrete.
Yeah.
Instead of Cox Create.
Yeah.
And then Froggy Geezer is just me from the future. I just gotta, hit him up with my little communicator and be like, "Hey, you ready to go live?" And you guys know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Unboxing Arts, and make sure you guys go follow Don Man. Check out his Patreon. Check out both his Instagram. Go subscribe to the FIST and
buy
his
some stuff.
other one too. And then next month, I want to see. Let's see if we can destroy that 1,000 figure order that he's doing. Let's see.
But you have to wait until after I pre-order my stuff, and then you can go pre-order.
Joe's gonna get 500.
Joe's like,
I just buy all 1,000,
right? Because the first run of them, everybody, again, it's limited to 1,000 per character.
I'll just buy them all.
Size. There
I'll
will
just
be
buy 3,000 action figures, and I'll be like, look at my
4,000.
army.
But there is, and then there's going to be a second wave. But if you're one of those need it now, you want to get it before everybody else, you guys need to jump on that pre-order. And you guys, like that sums up the stream. And I tell you guys at the end of every video, every stream, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting. Have a beautiful day.
Okay, thanks.